Hey, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro Destin, DeMarion here. Here to recap my St. Clair event. I know it's been a little bit, but I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about what I did on this event. It ended up being a pretty good event for me. It was a 16th place finish. Got a little bit of TV time on ESPN, which is fun, and my family and friends really enjoyed that, and it was a pretty cool experience. But it was a smallmouth event. It was our last one of the season, and I was really looking forward to this one to hopefully end on a really good note, get a little bit of positive momentum going into our southern swing. So I really just bared down. I did a lot of research beforehand and had a really kind of an idea of what I wanted to do. And I tried a lot of different things in practice, but my main focus and my main game plan I really felt like I stuck with, and that was why I ended up doing well in the tournament. So let's start out with my setup. So this is a Fantasista Premier. I used the 7-foot medium action and also the 610 medium light. I was primarily using a drop shot. This is the drop shot rig that I was using. This is the Berkley Maxscent. No, it's not the flatworm, and that's kind of something important, I think. In the tournament, this was something that I wanted to differentiate a little bit, so I was using the flat nose minnow, which is also another great bait from Berkley. It's a Maxscent bait, and it is one that I feel like got me some big bites in the tournament. I just wanted to really differentiate what I was throwing, because the fish were getting really pressured. The first day I was there, I caught about 30 or so. It was really honestly easy. You could catch almost every fish that you dropped on or cast to or whatever. But as practice progressed, it got significantly harder and harder as people just kept catching fish. And I really had to make some adjustments and change some things that really were key in this tournament. So I was throwing the flat nose minnow. I was throwing it on owner number 2 drop shot hook. I really like this one. I use this one primarily for the whole northern swing in general. And I also used a tungsten weight. This is a Swagger tackle one. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just like this. This one's, I think they're no chip one. It's got the weight and size imprinted on it. This is a 1/2 ounce. So that was also key. I went between a 3/8 and a 1/2, and I think one of the key adjustments as the pressure wore on, those fish got harder to catch. I had to go to a really fast fall and kind of make them react to it as you would with a flipping presentation. But obviously this is deeper and this is smallmouth fishing, but I would equate it to a flipping reaction type bite. And I think that was really key. Once I switched to that, I caught my biggest fish of the event shortly thereafter. So I'm pretty convinced that it was the right move. As the tournament progressed, I did do a couple other things, but this was definitely the mainstay, and this is what got me to day 3, and so this was definitely key. The other thing I would definitely want to note is how long of a leader. St. Clair's got a lot of low grass in it, and you want to keep that bait where the fish can see it. If it's bogged down in that grass too much, they really can't see it very well. So I wanted to keep about a 2 foot or so, 2 foot to 2.5 foot leader, just so I could keep it a little bit above most of that grass and make it more visible. I had a 6 pound leader, 6 to 8 pound, but I think I used 6 most of the tournament. This is a 6 pound Gamma Edge. I know it's pretty light, but I have a lot of confidence in Gamma Edge. It's extremely abrasion resistant, very strong. You generally don't have problems breaking off, even with 6 pound test, if you set your drag right and you play fish. I mean, I definitely didn't have any problems in this event, and there wasn't a ton of cover that I was fishing around that was going to nick up my line too bad, and it made it through the tournament really well. So I used a main line of a 10 pound braid. I used Gamma Torque. This is actually Berkley Nano braid. I've just been messing around with that. I do like that. It's really smooth and you can cast with it. I've enjoyed trying that out. So that was basically my setup. I would go to areas where I wanted to fish and fish around, find the fish, and I ended up dropping on many of those fish and casting to some of them 2 with a drop shot, and I caught a couple 5-pound class fish in the tournament and quite a few 4-pounders. So it was a good strategy. I didn't get a ton of bites in the tournament. Day 2 I got a good amount of bites and was calling, but day 1 and day 3 I didn't get a lot of bites, but day 3 I definitely got the right bites, and didn't put a couple of them in the boat. But it was a great event. I have no regrets. It was a really fun time. Bass put on a great show, ESPN, everything. It was a wonderful event. So can't be more thankful for how that went, and hope we can keep that momentum rolling. Oh, and I did forget, this is an MGX Extreme Abu Garcia reel. This is a size 30. And that's another key to this whole setup too. It's very smooth. I've got the drop shot, holder right here and everything. So that was also key and an important piece of the whole setup. So we're heading to the southern swing next, and looking forward to that, and keep the momentum rolling.